We're gonna be live. Hey guys, welcome to day number two um, of this challenge. Hope you guys doing well. Just want to make sure you guys can see me, hear me fine. Can you let me know if you can see me, hear me fine? I just want to make sure I can see myself. I'm using a new system, so just want to make sure I can see myself as well. All right, come and say hi if you're joining me live, which is awesome. Just give me a second. I'm just checking myself. Where are we? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Day number two. Oh, here am I. Day number two. I can see myself, which is awesome. Cool. All right, guys. Let's get started. Today we're going to talk about irresistible offers. How to create them. What is it? And why do you need it? What is the problem? We're going to deep dive into this today. So today is going to be pretty cool, and looking forward to it. Hey, Michelle. Um, so it's going to be pretty awesome. Look, I'm super excited about this today's topic. It's one of the best topics ever, just because a lot of people make mistakes when they get started in the business, and today we want to fix that for you, and we'll make sure that you are not one of those people who kind of making these mistakes. If you're jumping on this live call, come and say hi because let's have a chat. If you can hear me fine, let me know. Can you guys hear me fine? Um, are you here? Can you hear me fine? Just let me know very quickly. Let me know if you can hear me. It's awesome. Let's remove this. I don't need this name. All right, if you can hear me, let me know. Awesome. Let's get started, guys. All right, close this and good to. I'm good to go. Let's. Who we have? Who we have? All right. Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. Um, Let me see where am I on my screen, which is awesome. Here. Okay. So how was yesterday? Let me ask you yesterday. How was yesterday? What did you like? Did you change anything? Did you guys go and do the lives? Did you take any action? Did you show courage to your tribe? Did you do anything differently? And that's what matters the most, right? So you want to make sure that you're doing something differently. You want to take and show the courage to the people you serve, right? And not just talk about the business all the time, but these are the times where people need somebody to stand up and show them that everything is going to be fine. So I hope you're doing it. I hope you've done it yesterday. But today is a topic very different, and we're going to talk about the product. So let's get started and let's talk about this one big thing, which is this my topic. So here's a big problem, right? So the big problem is you have world's best product, right? You have world's best service, but nobody's buying, right? So there's nobody out there who's buying your services, and you're trying to push those through, and you're trying to say, hey, I've got the services, I've got everything what you need, but why people are not buying? You tried it and you're trying to sell it again and again, and the only thing happens is either people get annoyed, they're not buying, either nobody's listening to you, and you kind of don't know what to do, right? You're at the space that you know that you have a good service, have you had experience, right? You know that you can help people, but it's kind of a disconnect between the people who are buying and they're not buying your services, and they're just buying everything else. They're spending a bit of money outside, but they're not buying your services. So we want to solve this problem today. So that's the problem, right? And here is something you want to consider, right? So let me ask you this question, right? If you have an option on the left hand side, it's a Fuji apple. At Woolworth you get it for about $4 a kilo. On the right hand side, same apple, all similar apple, you get it at Coles for $8, right? Which one would you buy? Which one would you buy? Right? Which one would you buy? Would you pick left or right? And the same thing with the carpet cleaning, right? So John is a carpet cleaner. John on the left hand side charges about $90 per room to clean the carpets. On the right hand side, Mike charges $180 to clean a room as well, right? So both do the same kind of thing. But the question here is which one you pick, right? Out of both, right? So it's the same thing. Now imagine this: if you pick left or right, depending which one you're picking at. So most people usually pick the cheapest one, right? So and and that's what's going through your customer's mind at the moment, right? So they just compare, right? They compare A to B, B to C. They pretty much compare. Similar problem in every industry. You look at it, people compare the prices. Go to the real estate world. When you pick up a phone as a real estate agent, the first question they ask is, what's your commission, right? How much you charge to sell and buy the house? Coaching is the same thing, right? They compare. Consulting is the same thing. If one company charged to make funnels for $10,000, they're going to compare with the other one. Same thing with the website building, same thing with the Facebook ad running, same thing with the guitar lessons, right? When you're running a guitar lesson and you say, hey, I'm going to charge $50 a lesson, and somebody else comes in and say, hey, I'm just going to charge $20 a lesson. So most people are going to say, hey, $20 is a bit better. Let's go towards the $20. Or he's charging $50. He probably better than the other one. So depending which mindset you're in, but people compare with the pricing, right? Online programs, high ticket items, or any service-based business, right? So people get into this pricing space, and here's my recommendation. You want to make sure that you don't get into that pricing situation where people get to compare your business, your services with something else. The moment you get into the trap of the pricing trap, it's just going to be really hard for you to get out of that trap, for your business to get out of the trap. And we don't want to get caught in that trap, which is a pricing comparison trap, right? So you want to do something before that. So here's the solution for this, right? Stop selling the products by itself and start selling the offers. Start selling the offers, start giving the offers to people, start selling offers together, right? Here's the example look like. Big Mac burger by itself is just a product. On the right hand side is an offer, right? They put together in a bundle, and they say, hey, I know you're gonna have a burger, but you need a drink to drink with that as well. So we'll give you Coke as well, and we give you this as well. We give you that as well. They pretty much give everything as a bundle. They give everything as an offer. And the same thing applies. Product is a flour. Flour is a product if you look at it, and on the right hand side, it's on the right hand side is a putting everything together as an offer, right? So, and give you an example of this. It's something happened to us a few years ago, and this might make more sense, right? So, see, few years ago, we were in the market to buy a fridge, right? So our fridge broke down, and we were in the market to buy a fridge. And like many other people, we sort of went around to look for the fridge, right? So, and that's what we were doing. So we went to a few places. We went to Good Guys, and our requirement was pretty simple, right? To buy a fridge, we just wanted a simple fridge. We didn't want a fancy fridge. We just need a simple fridge, which each double door fridge. It's a big in liters, about 620, 640 liters of fridge, and double door. And simple fridge, not something fancy. So this is what happened, and we went to Good Guys, right? So and Good Guys said to us, this is the pricing of a fridge. That's how it looks like. Buy a fridge from us, it's going to cost you $3,000. 3-year warranty on top of that. It's going to cost you $500, and we're going to deliver the fridge at your house. It's going to cost you $85, right? So they gave us the pricing. Right, pretty much everything, right? Which is, everybody does that. You ask for a fridge, and then you say, these are the warranty, this is what it looks like, and tell us what you want, right? So so now what happened is, when they gave us the price, $3,000 for fridge, $500 for warranty, $85 for delivery. Now I have a price in mind. The total price of the fridge, which is going to cost me, it's about $3,585, right? So now I have this price in mind. I know the brand, what I want to, which way we want to buy. And now we went to do shopping, right? Shopping means that we do a comparison, right? Price comparison A to B, because we already have the price. So we went to Harvey Norman after that, and Harvey Norman pretty much saying the same thing, right? Harvey Norman said, he did something, the guy did pretty differently, right? We are not Harvey Norman fan, as you can, nothing to do with the business. We're not selling their stuff or anything. But here is what the guy said. He said, we're going to give you a fridge We give you a 3-year warranty. We're going to install it for you. Means that we're going to take it your house and take it out of the, everything, everything, whatever that is, the cardboards and everything. If you need a plumbing, we'll fix the plumbing for you as well. We'll do the work for you, and we'll remove the old fridge for you as well. Means that you buy this and we'll put it in your house. Everything's done for you. Means that we do everything for you, not just leave the fridge and you do whatever you need to do. We do the installation, we take the old fridge away, we do everything. So these guys, now what happened is my mind has this price. The mind says the fridge price, warranty, and the delivery. But Harvey Norman actually shattered that entire concept in a minute within an offer. So they put a bundle together and they said it's going to cost you $4,000, but we do all these together, right? Everything. So you don't need to worry about it. We'll just deliver it at your house. We install it, we put it there, and we take the old fridge away as well for you, right? So guess which one we bought it? Which one we bought it, right? Because at the end, we ended up buying Harvey Norman's $4,000. Why did we spend $4,000? Because we couldn't compare it. There wasn't apple to apple, right? There wasn't anything to compare because they gave us so many things in a bundle, and the price of that completely gone out of the picture. It became an offer. So we couldn't compare fridge with the fridge. It's easy to compare fridge with the fridge, warranty with the warranty, but we couldn't compare anything else because these are the ones they were giving, right? Uh, um, so that's the big thing, right? So we all, whatever we sell, doesn't matter what we sell, we must know this, that we need to stop selling the products. When you sell the product, it's so easy for people to compare, right? So you do a coaching, if you do a live coaching and you say, hey, I'm going to charge $250, people are going to say, hey, $250, this other guy is charging $200, or the other guy is charging $300. Price is like that. People start to compare it. So you don't want to be one of those business people who's selling the products by itself. So you must sell offers. Today is a day where we're going to decide, we're going to construct your offers, and we want to make sure that you start selling offers or start giving offers to people, not just one product, because selling one product is the hardest thing unless you are Apple, those brands where people just buy. For people like us, we what works the best is offer rather than just the product by itself, right? So this is what we're going to do today, and we're going to deep dive into it first. And this is the concept I really wanted you guys to understand it. So stop selling the product and start selling the offers. But here's something we want to consider, right? So I want to share something with you guys first, the basics of stuff, right? What we're talking about, and how we've been constructed, how we've been structured, what the system has done to us. Entire system, right? We're talking about schooling system, the university system, what it has done to us, and the way we see things, right? And here's something what happens. See, when we start for the first time, we go to the university, we go to the school, and we are asked to work on a skill set. We spend a lot of time working on the skill set, learning something, right? That could be IT, that could be accounting, that could be anything, right? You spend 2, 3, 4 years at the university doing bachelor in something, and you spend a lot of time. So because we spent so much time learning that skill set, we get this attachment to the skill set, right? Way too much attachment. And we think that, and the mind started to think that the business has to be around that skill set because we spend so much time learning it. So what happens is when you finish your degree, when you finish your studies, well, you go to the market, right? Go to the market and say, hey, I've done bachelor in accounting now. I need a job. Give me a job. But market says, hey, I don't have a job in accounting anymore because we're not looking for accountant in Melbourne or in this country anymore. There's so many accountants already came and doing the work, right? We don't need any accountants. Um, so what happens at the time? What happens at the time, right? So if you're one of those people who spend years studying accounting and then you come out of the university and then you see there is no job, you are pissed. You're really annoyed, right? You're really annoyed because you studied a lot of time, which is okay. Like, I mean, you spend a lot of time studying, but this is not the way the market works, right? and something we must understand it. So either the two things you can do, either you can get pissed off at the market, or either you can learn the way the market works and just work exactly that way, rather than spending and getting spending so much time, spending so many years, um, or learning, or also getting annoyed at the market, right? So don't need to get annoyed with the market, you just need to understand it, right? So that's what most people do, right? They spend so many years studying, and when they go to the market and there is no job, they kind of really annoyed, they're pissed off, right? Um, but what happens is, the entrepreneurs, people like Richard Branson, and all these people who you might look up to, right? These are the people, they taught us one big concept. They taught us a huge concept in our entrepreneurial world is, um, you as a person don't exist to begin with, right? When we talk about the market, what it means is, the first starting step is not about you, it's not about your skill set, it's not about what you do and how you do it, it's not about that at all. It's all about, what does my market want? Like if I decide to serve certain people, and I say I'm going to work with female who just had a child, and now the kid is little, and now they want to get back to workforce, or they want to look after their health. They I want to serve those people, right? That's my target market. So now, forgetting me in the picture that I have any sort of skill set, I need to look at, what does this market want? What do they really want? What do they really want? Because that's the first question, right? The second question after that is, do I have that skill set to fulfill that requirement? Or if I'm not, then I need to go and get people who can actually help me, right? So this is what Richard Branson said. If you read books, um, he didn't, when the problem came that when he finished his he wanted to start the Virgin Airlines. Problem came is that he found out there's so many people, right? So they wanted to be transported from one place to the other place, and there's no planes. He called Boeing and asked them if he could rent it, right? Rent the plane. And he didn't decide that he want to become a pilot and start to fly the plane, right? He said, the problem is, people need to go from A to B. How do I take them A to B, right? And what do I need? I need a plane. I can't buy a plane. It's a $500 bloody plane. I don't have the money. Let's call Boeing and ask them if I could actually rent it. So he called Boeing and asked them if he could rent the plane. And then after that, he spoke to a few other people, found people who could actually fly the plane, found people who could actually do the other bits. So what he did is, eventually like ended up working with a lot of people who could actually do the rest of the work, right? So he didn't decide that he want to do or learn how to become a pilot, right? He didn't go to the banks to get a bank loan so that he can actually buy a plane. He didn't started working on a second job so that he could actually afford a plane, right? He didn't do all these things. What he did is, who's got the money, can I actually rent it, right? So what it means is, and this is really big concept in itself, but really want you guys to have the good understanding of this, right? So most people, that's what they do. And I'll give you an example of this, because I've got a lot of clients, they kind of get caught in this trap. Say for example, you are a life coach, right? And you're a life coach, and your job is to help people with where they're stuck in their lives and help them move forward, right? That's what you do as a life coach. But now this time comes is, you want to build your online presence, you want to build your funnels, you want to build your lead magnets, you want to run Facebook ads. So what most people do is, instead of doing what they do the best, they started to learn Facebook ads, they started to learn funnels, they started to learn other bits. And by doing it, what it does is, it gets distracted everywhere, right? So you don't get anything done because you're doing so many things, right? So that's what most people do, and that's what most people get caught into, right? So let's coming back to the topic is, um, so what do my market want? That's the first question, right? So let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. Do you believe and do you feel that your industry's best kept secret? In your world, whatever you do, whoever you serve, do you believe that your industry is best kept secret? That nobody knows about how good you are? Nobody knows how you can actually help them, or not that many people know how good you are or how you can actually help them, right? Do you have this problem? Do you have this problem? Let me know. Let me know below. If you're watching it live, love to know, right? Do you feel that? Do you feel that your industry's best kept secret? Not that many people know you. If I give you my example, yes, that was the case for me. I truly believed, 100% believed that I was industry's best kept secret. I truly believe that. Why? Because not that many people knew about how I can actually help them. Not that many people knew. Only few people knew, and they were my clients. But a lot of, in a bigger scheme of things, not that many people knew, right? So that caused a lot of problem for me and my business, and sort of had a lot of problem in that. So now there's a question, right? So let me see if I can actually see you guys. Do you believe that? Do you believe that you are industry's best kept secret, that not that many people know about you and how you can actually help them? Where are we? All right, here we are. All right. Do you believe that? Right. So, all right. So that's, if that's the case, right? So I used to think all the time I'm industry's best kept secret. Not that many people know me in the marketplace, right? Not that many people, um, you know, know how I can actually help them. So here's what it is for you, right? To consider. It's not about how much you know. It's not really about how much you know, how much experience you have, what sort of skill set you have. Um, you know, you know, it's not about how many Facebook lives you're doing. It's how many YouTube videos you have. It's not about that at all, right? So it's not about that. Um, it's all about if your audience believe that you can solve their problem, right? It's all about your audience belief, right? So most people, what they do is trying to push um, through their offers, trying to push through their products, trying to push through um, um, their coaching, their consulting towards the client, right? So number one thing we must work on is how do we build a belief in my client's mind that they feel that I'm the person who could actually help them. How do I build that belief? How do I build their belief? So here's what happens, right? So for us, for me personally, it was a pretty big journey for a long journey for us to get to this place. As probably know, I mentioned yesterday, I failed in 13 startups. I was doing startup after startup after startup, but nobody was buying, right? So that was pretty big or sad part or sad times of my life when I figured out nobody's buying, right? So I saw these shopping centers, I saw online places where people are just buying, right? People were just buying stuff, but they're not buying from me. They were buying from everybody else, but they're not buying from me. And that was my big question, right? Why people buy? Why people buy anything? And here's the question for you. Why do people buy? Why do people buy? What's the reason people buy anything? What's the reason people buy anything? Why do we buy anything? Right? And that was a big question for me. And I asked this question quite a lot of times. And when I discovered, and it's again, it's not right and wrong answer, right? There's something which I discovered, which helped me in my journey to make me who I am today, and just this tiny little small understanding. Before that, I was just trying to push my stuff towards people and trying to sell them, right? Without them, they didn't want to buy it. I'm just trying to sell them, right? So here's what I discovered, right? As part of this. So you have a target market. Whichever target market you speak to, your target market have your target market is um, your target market is at one place today, right? So it doesn't matter where they are; they're just standing at one place. They have this present reality, whichever that is. That today they're standing somewhere, and all of your target market have this desired future. They want to go somewhere, right? They want to look like somebody. They want to speak like somebody. They want to learn something new. they want to get rid of something which they already have it, they want to buy something, um, all these, right? So they have this present reality where they are today, and they have this desired future, right? Everybody's got the desired future. Means that even you walk in to get a haircut, the reason you're walking into getting a haircut is because you are here today and you want to look like something else, right? You want to look like a bit better gentleman, or look like, nicer person by doing the haircut, right? So we all have this present reality, and we want to get into some desired future. That's what we do. And here is what it is, right? So everybody out there have this thing called the desired, or the gap in the middle, right? Yeah, everybody's got a gap, right? So today, doesn't matter who you are, and I can promise you, doesn't matter who you are, whether it's you, whether it's your clients, whether it's anybody you know, they all have a desired future, who living in this civilized world, right? I'm not talking about those people who live in the monasteries, the monks, people who have nothing to do with this civilized world. Whoever living in this civilized world today, everybody's got this desired future. They want to get somewhere, they want to get something, they want to buy something, they want to have something, they want to get rid of something, they want to lose weight, they want to gain weight, they want to gain muscle. They all have this desired future, and everybody's got this thing called the gap. I call the gap, you can call it whatever you like, but there is a gap, right? There is a gap between where they are today, where they want to be, and your product, your services, your offer act as a vehicle for them to get from A to B, right? That's the entire reason for any business in the marketplace today, to help people go from A to B and act as a vehicle. The moment the moment your ideal client realize it, or realize it, when they realize it, your offer is that vehicle which is going to help them take from A to B, that's where the sale happens. That's when the sale happens, right? So we all must understand this concept really well, that if you want to sell your services, your offers, your coaching, your consulting to the clients, your client must know this and feel this, that this, whatever you're offering, is going to get them to their desired future, right? So your job is to take your clients to their desired future, and that's very important concept to understand it. If you don't know where they're going, it's just going to be really hard to get there, right? So it's really important. So hope this makes sense, because this is very basic and fundamental of any business, right? When I discovered it, I had this big aha moment on that time. Since then, I never looked back. We sold software companies doing the same formula. We sold blockchain to global audience 4 years ago. We sold coaching and consulting now to so many audience by same formula, same thing. This one screen, what slide you're seeing today, right now, is behind everything, right? Any business you see, this slide is responsible for this. If you understand this really well, selling a product offer is going to be nothing. It's just going to be a very simple game, right? So really want you guys to have this understanding really well. So you must know your target market, you must know the results they're after, and your offer must be in the middle, placed really well. So if you got this point really well, let's move on to the other one. The other point I really want you guys to have this good understanding is, never sell multivitamins, right? Never sell vitamins, only sell painkillers. Very good concept, right? Never sell vitamins and always sell painkillers. The reason for this is, we all humans, and the way we work is, it's pretty strange, but it is true. Doesn't matter how much we know something is really good for us, unless it's a pain, we won't do it, we won't take it. That's why fast food industry is probably the fastest growing industry in the food, is because that doesn't actually kill you straight away, right? People only want to cure pain. They know that they should be taking vitamins, they know that they shouldn't be drinking Coca-Cola, beer, cigarettes and everything, but people still do it. Why? Because these are vitamins. They are slow killers, or slow progress in a good way, right? So we must, in your business, must fix the pain first. Then you might want to sell them the multivitamins as well. But before, don't try to sell them multivitamin to begin with, because that's what makes it really hard for people to buy, right? Even though we all know that we need it, even though we all know that it's required, even though it's kind of no brainer that everybody should be having multivitamins, everybody shouldn't be eating or drinking alcohol. We all know that it's not good for health, right? But people do it, right? It's just the way the humans work. So don't try to sell multivitamins. So the first question when you're selling your offer, is it a multivitamin or is it a painkiller? Right? So that's the first question you ask when you're doing your offer design, when you're doing your product design, when you're doing your target market and the problem analysis. You must ask this question: am I trying to sell vitamin or am I selling a painkiller? Right? So very important. You must know this, right? So now let's look at this one. How does it actually look like in your world? How does it actually look like? So target market, who is your target market? Right, a simple question. Who do you work with? Who are those people you want to work with? Who's your target market? Very specifically, very clear on the people you want to work with. What problem do they have? What problem do they have? And also, what's your offer to fix that problem? Right in the middle where you get it, it sort of gets into a no-brainer offer, right? So um, really cool, right? So this is one concept which you must understand is um, that we all must work on. Take a step back, right? So what problem your clients have, and let's look at what problems. And here what I've seen, right? So your client, when you're speaking to them, and a lot of people make this mistake as well. When you speak to your clients, they're going to tell you a lot of problems, right? They have a lot of destinations. They're going to tell you, I have this problem, I have that problem, I have every problem in the marketplace. Most people make the mistake is not knowing where should I take them. They're pretty much taking everywhere. We do this, we do that, we fix that as well. We'll do that for you as well. We do everything for you, right? So, and that's where the problem comes. When the client, when you're not sure where you're taking them and you're happy to take them any destination, people are going to buy from you, right? And this applies to travel industry really well. Not these days, but we all know the travel industry. People who take them people somewhere, which is very clear destination, people come and join them. Like if you're taking them everywhere, it's just going to be really hard to sell, right? So you must have one destination where you're taking them, right? You must have one destination, but you give them different options to get there. So let's look at a very quick example of this. How does it actually look like for your business? So if I'm in Melbourne, that's my present reality. That's where I am. I want to take my clients to Sydney. That's their desired future. I want to take everybody to Sydney. And I'm saying we must take everybody to one destination, right? One place, one destination. But you provide them different options to get there. You provide them different options to get there, meaning that they can go there by hire car, they can go by plane, they can go by train, they can go by bus. You give them different options to get there. In your business, if you're a coaching, consulting, and service providing business, this rule applies to you, and you must remember this. Have one destination and provide different ways for them to get to that destination. When you do this, it's very clear. And also, each type, you probably have realized by now, hire car, plane, train, and bus have a different pricing, right? None of them have the same price, right? So it's really important. That's where you make the money as well in your business, because you have different options to get there, right? So how does it look like in any business? Learn and do it by yourself. You can give them everything and say, hey, do it by yourself, right? That's what it looks like. Do it by yourself. You can get to your destination if you do it by yourself. In our business, I've got my book. You can do it by yourself. If you need a bit more than book, I have my 21-day challenge, right? Some of you guys already done 21-day challenge. You can tell everybody else how's this 21-day challenge been for you and your business. So if you already gone through the 21-day challenge, which we did it, let everybody know, right? So I truly believe that's the big thing, right? My book and the 21-day challenge is learn and do it by yourself. right? You could just go and do it yourself, read my book and go and do it yourself, right? Do it together means that let's do it together. I'll help you for a certain number of days, number of weeks, or we get into our room and I'll sort of for 2 days we'll teach you everything for 2 days, right? That's learn it together. Done it for them. You don't know how to build the funnels, you don't know how to do the Facebook ads, you don't know how to do all these, we'll do that for you as well, done for you as well, right? So that's the way it looks like. Means that learn and themselves. Pricing is online programs. That's how it looks like. You can do it yourself and then do it together. Events, masterminds, implementation program, which we have it at the moment. All these are do it together. So we work together for a certain period of time, and the done for them is the high ticket items. Like I sell this, I sell that, all that sort of stuff, right? So does it actually make sense? Are you guys getting the point, right? This is how you need to distribute. You're taking them to the same destination. In our business, if you want to have more clients, and you want to build your business to 10 to 20, 15 grand a month, these are the steps, right? We can help you with taking there quicker and faster, but it's going to cost you more. The other ones, you can do it yourself, right? It's a cheaper. It cost is $20. Buy a book, and everything is available in the book as well. It's exactly like Jamie Oliver. Spend $20 and buy Jamie Oliver's recipe. You can cook everything exactly the way you want to cook it, exactly the way that Jamie Oliver cooked, right? So, on the other hand, is the other thing is, if you want him to come and cook it for you, it's going to be expensive, right? So, that's exactly like this, and this is something which I learned, and I'm going to share it with you guys as well. Find a starving crowd who are ready to pay you to solve their problem. Find a starving crowd, right? What most people do, and I'll give you an example of one of my perfect clients. She was really, really good. One of the biggest mistakes she has ever made is picking up the target market, right? So she worked in healthcare, and for many years, and her experience been pretty cool. And she worked for a lot of NGOs, a lot of those organizations to help people who are in need, right? So, and she had 25, 30 years of experience working in that field, and she was really good at what she was doing, and she helped a lot of people as well. So when she came out of those NGOs and started to start her own business, and this is what she did, she targeted the client market, who were jobless people. They didn't have money, and they were on Centrelink, or they were on government benefits, and they didn't have any money at all to pay. And then when she joined the program, the first thing what we did is we just sort of asked, who's your target market? And she said, these are my target market: people who don't have a job, they don't have a business, they are on government things, and my clients are not ready to pay for my services. So now you look at the disconnect, right? So you're speaking to those people, who just don't have the money to pay you, right? So I think it's really important to see that there are two criteria. I really want you guys to have this, right? So one is, does your client have money? That your target market actually have the money, right? If they don't have the money, they won't pay you. So there is no point in crying about it. There is no point in feeling sad about it. That's just the way the market is, right? Your target market might not have money to spend on your coaching, spend on your program, spend on your services, right? That's the way it is. So you probably have to move the target market or do something else in a different target market. So number one criteria when you're picking up, you must know this, that does my client have money to spend? Does my client have money to spend? Does my target market have money to spend? The second criteria, you must know this, is yes, they have money to spend. Number two is, are they willing to spend? Right? Are they willing to spend? And I'll give you my example. We realized this when we built our software company, right? So this was a big learning curve for us at the time as well. So I'll give you an example. What happened was, we built a software company and we were giving a subscription, right? And our perfect target market was who? IT people, right? Consulting people who were helping organizations to move their data from A to B. Means that in-house data centers to cloud. That was the target market, right? That's what we were working on. And we targeted the IT guys. And we all know that IT guys have money. There's no money problem, right? But they were not willing to spend the money on buying a software to help their company to move the data. So their expectation was company must be spending the money, not we, right? So company must be spending the money, not us. It's not nothing to do with us. We just an employee, right? So they were not willing to spend it as well. So for you to know this, right? So you must have these two criteria sorted out. One is, do they have money? Number two, are they willing to spend? If they're not willing to spend, there is no point talking about it, right? There's no point targeting that target market. The only thing you're going to get at the end, disappointment, right? So who wants to know the workaround we did to manage to get our software into the corporate world? Do you want to know? Let me know at this end of this. I'll share that with you. If you really want to know, I'll share that. Pretty cool. We discovered that a long time after struggling to try to contact and trying to sell that to CEOs, CIOs. We were crazy trying to sell that to them, but just couldn't sell it to them. So we found a workaround which worked the best. I'll tell you at the end if you want it. All right. Let's look at this, right? So your product is a vehicle, right? So remember this, what we talked about. Your product must act as a vehicle. Your offer must act as an offer to take your clients from A to B, right? So to your target market and the results they're looking for. If you figure that out in your business, then it's going to be no-brainer for people to buy from you, right? So target market, pain, which way they're going, pleasure, and the offer you have. That's what we're looking for, right? So here's something you must do it today, tomorrow, this week. Wish to share that with everybody. That would be awesome as a homework for all of you guys. That who do you help? One problem you solve. One problem within that target market you solve, right? So who do you help? That's the, put it on the Facebook group if you like, and share with other people. Let them know who do you help and one problem you solve, right? Who's your target market and what is the one problem you solve, right? So if you do that, that'll be awesome. Share with other people. So, and this is very important. If you really want to be successful in this business, which is coaching, consulting, and providing some sort of service which is based on your skill set, you must have an irresistible offer. You must have this irresistible offer. When you have this, people just have a no-brainer. They just can't say no to that thing. And it's really important, right? So create those irresistible offers for your business and help people from A to B, right? So all right, that's it for me. Thank you, all of you guys attending for today's class, and hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys got something out of that. But let me share that secret which I talked about earlier, right? So, and which was pretty important, right? So here is a big problem, right? You might have it if you deal with the corporates. Um, when we build the software, and when we started building software, and this is the way the market works, right? So, and this is what we thought of. We said. We have a software and we want to sell it to these businesses, and these are the corporate, these are medium-sized companies probably going to use it, and we put our perfect target market together, and we like every other business, we decided the target avatar, who's going to be those people, CEOs, CIOs, execs of any business, because they're the people buy softwares, right? They're the one buy it, and because they buy it, and they were our perfect target market, like any business, right? So here's what happened. We built the prototype, we built the software, which worked, was pretty good condition, and we had the MVP, minimal viable product, was built, and we were doing the demos. So from demo till they said yes to buy the software was about 6 to 9 months time period. When I say buy, means that they just onboard 2 or 5 people, right? Which was nothing. We needed hundreds and hundreds of people, right? Hundreds of people, so that they can start using it. And that was a big challenge, right? If we have, after 9 months, only have 2-3 people coming, it's just going to take way too long time, right? So here is what happened. The little tiny a book which could make a big difference, right? So I thought of that. we're not the only one who building this platform for the first time, right? So we're not the first ones building a software. We're not the first people in the world who are doing this, right? There probably be so many people who build these type of softwares, right? Any software, they probably built it. And they have gone through these problems which we're going through, exactly trying to speak to the CEOs or CIOs and not manage to sell any product, and they're taking way too long. So who solved this problem? Let's do a bit of market research and find out who did solve it. And we figured out our Salesforce was a company which was the first a SaaS company in the world, and they're truly SaaS company. I mean, they built the software was perfectly designed only for SaaS. A lot of other people did the migrations, but the Salesforce was a truly SaaS company from day one. They was built because of SaaS. The style was SaaS. So we read his book, or I read his book. I think called Behind the Cloud. If you haven't read it, check it out. Pretty cool book called Behind the Cloud. I think Behind the Cloud. So read that book. So I read that book and I was like, let's see what book did. So that book gave everything, and one thing which gave us the direction to move forward. So they had the same problem which I thought, exactly same, trying to sell it to the people. But people not buying, right? So what he did, the switch was he started speaking and started selling to the, instead of selling to the execs, he started selling to the salespeople, people who were supposed to be using the CRMs, and who needed that. So the salespeople needed the CRM, so he started selling to those people. Means that he gave them for free to use, and when they started using it, they all went to the execs, say, hey, we need to buy this because we can't live without it. And that's the policy we used. We gave our software for free to all the IT guys we knew, because I come from IT background. So we gave it for free. They can use it, right? So, but later down the track, they actually gone and advocated for us to be using that software rather than any other software, right? So we kind of became the favorite one amongst so many others, because we would just build a relationship with the end user. So if you're building a software, build a relationship with the end user, not the execs, because execs are not emotionally attached with the software, right? CEOs are not emotionally attached because for them you are just a product like many other in the line. But people who are end user, they are emotionally attached to your product, right? So hope this little thing helps if you are in that space building software companies. We managed to do this. That was one of the biggest change and the direction we adopted, right? So this entire topic is about products and offers. So in your business, if you are building some sort of offers or products, my suggestion would be put an offer together for your business or the client. They just can't refuse, right? So if they want to get to this destination, they must have this offer. Otherwise, they just can't be successful, right? So that it just has to be no brainer. All right, that's it for me, guys. Thank you for today. Thank you for today, and hope you liked it. Let me know one thing. What are the top three takeaways from today? What are the top three takeaways from today? Right. So put it down there, and if you have any question, please leave it below, and I'd love to answer them tomorrow. Another topic. We're going to talk about presentation tomorrow. If you're presenting like this, trying to sell something, you're going to love it tomorrow's topic. Right. All right. Thank you. Let's have a chat tomorrow. All right. Bye.